Hi, I'm Steph Ritz. Welcome to day 8 of Stories That Sell, our 10-day video challenge together. Today's question is, who's in your tribe? And as I look at answering this question, I'm going to talk about the through line between my blood tribe and my business tribe, and try to share with you how I really became the expert, how I didn't model my business after anyone else's business. I didn't steal anyone else's programs. I just did what life had taught me to do. And that goes back to being a Ritz. Now, as a heads up, in just a couple of days, on Friday, I have a book coming out. I wrote a chapter in a collaboration book, and the chapter that I wrote is called Growing Up Ritz, and it's a peek into what I learned growing up with famous family around me. So my grandma, who was a politician and a diplomat, she had this picture of my twin brother and me that she always kept on her mantle. Yep, that's me in the front. and and one of the things that I absolutely loved about that photograph was that she also happened to have a painting that matched it, right? So here's the painting as it hung in the house, and how fun to see us, real life, mirrored by this painting. Now I come to find out that this painting is called Brothers, and while I'm not a boy, he was my brother, and it spoke to so much more. So the collection, which this was the signature piece for, or the cover piece for, is called A Breath of Vision. And not surprising, here I am working with all visionary entrepreneurs, really working to make a difference in the world. Now, this book here is a collection of art that my grandma had donated to the Milwaukee Art Museum. And it was all of the art that she was giving them as part of this trust, and explanations and information about it. And it really taught me a lot about positioning and framing and taking a stand for what you had developed, as well as creating the legacy that would see it after you lived. And I'm going to borrow a couple of words from the foreword here that speak directly to my tribe, to my family, absolutely, and to the people that I work with, yes, yes, yes. And that is that we all come together with powerful and perceptive personalities, absolutely aligned directly out of the foreword introducing the Ritz Collection that was donated to the Milwaukee Art Museum. And at the same time, it talks about expanding existing strengths as well as introducing all together new materials. And that is what we're doing here. It is all new. It is so you. It is a synthesis of everything learned, not borrowed someone's program and made into your own, but synthesized into an entirely new understanding. And that, my friends, that's you. That's the tribe. Those are my people that I work with. Those are the people that when I speak to an audience are people like Debbie Howard, that as soon as I got off that stage, she made a point of introducing herself to me and gave me not one, but 3 different business cards. So to make sure that I would understand that she was actually this like kind of bigwig over in Tokyo, and she is. And you know, it had someone like Michelle B, who within an hour in the next module had such a breakthrough that she sought me out, and we had a really good hug cry together. And it was just holding space for her to release, not knowing that she would be my client for the next few years. It's people like even the photographer who had told a little of her story, and I felt such a strong tie to, that I told her up front I was going to be speaking on stage. I wanted these. I already felt close to her, and so could she make sure to get some? And she was so moved while taking photos of me, speaking to an audience, that you could see it, and the photos reflected it. And she cried through the entire thing because the story that I shared from stage spoke to her so clearly. I spoke to the hearts of the individual tribe mates sitting in that audience. And, you know, on top of the book that not only has the foreword and the art, the business positioned into it, but then it also came with the program, right? Or the half sheet, or the mailer that has just the basic information about it. You know, what's funny is that I even wrote an entire article about this painting as one of my classes' homework because I wanted to learn more about it. It was something about dining with oysters, or I can't quite remember. But the German Expressionism art was just fascinating to me. Not surprising because I grew up with these paintings on my wall. For a woman who had grown up with nothing and really figured out how to invest her intentions, how to stand up, and the most that could be done had to be done, and she did it. And she ended up with way more, like millions of art that was donated to all sorts of places and scholarships that lasted long, long after her life. So, who's in my tribe? My tribe are the people who know the importance of legacy and that it takes hard work and dedication, that shortcutting it to the quick and easy isn't always going to work. I mean, it might work in the moment, but it's not going to hold the legacy of who you truly are. Again, I'm Steph Ritz. I cannot wait to see your videos. We're only a few days left, and if you haven't picked up the hint, this is actually part of a huge 30 days, and there will be much more play to come. Thank you all, and if you've been watching, if you've been participating, even if you haven't been sharing, well, I'm going to start leaking out prizes starting today, so you make sure to check the Voice Your Passions group and see if you've been named. All right. Take care, everyone. Cheers.